Good morning students. Last class we were discussing about properties of materials. Today we will continue with that. Today's properties will again start with soluble or insoluble. What is meant by solubility or insolubility? Now we all know that some object dissolve in water or alcohol and some object they do not dissolve. Yes or no students? And the thing is, we'll do an experiment and try to find out. Collect some samples of solid substances such as sugar, salt, chalk powder and sawdust, and fill each one of them about 2/3 of the water. Add small amount of sugar to the first glass, salt to the second, other substance to the other glasses. We clearly find that the water dissolves only sugar and salt. Chalk powder and sawdust will not get dissolved. This is what we call as students solubility. This is called as solubility. Some objects dissolve in water, they are called soluble. Some do not dissolve, they are called as insoluble. They are called as what? Insoluble. Soluble. They are called as insoluble. Some are called as soluble and some of them are called as insoluble. Insoluble. Like sugar and salt are soluble in water, chalk and sawdust are insoluble in water. So this is how this process we call as solubility. We call it as solubility. Water plays an important role in functioning of our body because it can dissolve many substances, large number of solvents. Water can dissolve large number of large number of substances. Water can dissolve, I think maximum water can dissolve large number of substances. We notice that some liquids get completely mixed with water. Some other will not mix with water, kept aside for some time. Some gases are also soluble in water, whereas some others are not soluble in water. Water usually has small quantities of gases dissolved in it. For example, oxygen dissolved in water is very essential for survival of animals and plants. Not only solids, even there are many liquids which are soluble in water. They mix with water very well. For example, alcohol mix with water very well. But there are some liquids which are not soluble in water. For example, oil. Oil does not mix with water, but alcohol mixes with water very well. Water has a special property of dissolving maximum number of substances. Some gases are soluble in water, whereas others are not. Some gases are soluble in water also, whereas others are not soluble. Water usually has small gases dissolved in it. For example, oxygen gas dissolved in water is very important for survival of animals and plants that live in water. Dissolved oxygen is used by aquatic plants, plants which live in water, and fishes or organisms which live in water. It's very important. This dissolved oxygen is used by fishes, many kind of plants, aquatic animals, etc. This is what we see as water plays a very important role. While doing activity 4, you might have noticed that insoluble solids get separated from the water. You may have also noticed that with some liquids in activity 5, Some of the materials that do not mix water float on the surface of the water. Others may have sunk to the bottom of the tumbler. We notice many examples of objects that float in water or sink. Dried leaves fall on the surface of a pond. A stone will sink. A stone will sink. Few drops of honey that will let you fall into the glass of water. What happens to all those things? What happens to all those things? Bujo would like you to give him 5 examples each of objects that float on water and those that sink in water. We know, students, like oil floats on water, stone sinks in water. Why this happens? Because of the weight of the object. The objects which have some weight, which have more weight than water, usually sink to the bottom. The objects like leaves, feathers and all whose weight is less than that of water float on water. This is what we call floating and sinking. It's very, very important. Floating and sinking is a very, very important property. Floating or sinking is a very, very important property. Floating or sinking is a very important property. Very important property. Like I told, there are different kinds of objects. Some float on water, some sink in water. ಅಂದರೆ ಫ್ಲೋಟ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಏನು, ತೇಲೋದು. ಸಿಂಕ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಏನು, ಮುಳುಗೋದು. ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ವಾಟರ್ಗಿಂತ ವೇಟ್ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಇದ್ದರೆ ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ಮುಳುಗ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ. ವಾಟರ್ಗಿಂತ ವೇಟ್ ಕಮ್ಮಿ ಇದ್ದರೆ ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ತೇಲುತ್ತೆ. This is what we call float or sink. Float or sink. Float or sink. Floating or sinking is a very important property. Floating or sinking is a very important property. We will do an experiment and try and find out. You can collect any 5 objects like paper, wood, stone, iron nail and try and test which will float on water and which will sink in water. ಒಂದು 4 ಮೆಟೀರಿಯಲ್ ತೊಗೊಳ್ಳೋಣ. ಪೇಪರು ತೊಗೊಳ್ಳೋಣ, ವುಡ್ ಪೀಸ್ ತೊಗೊಳ್ಳೋಣ, ಮತ್ತು ಮಳೆ ತೊಗೊಳ್ಳೋಣ, ಕಬ್ಬಿಣದ ಮಳೆ, ಮತ್ತು ಕಲ್ಲು ಪೀಸ್ ಒಂದು ತೊಗೊಳ್ಳೋಣ. ಇದೆಲ್ಲ 4 ನಾವು ವಾಟ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ಹಾಕೋದು ಯಾವ್ದು ಫ್ಲೋಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಯಾವ್ದು ಸಿಂಕ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ? ವುಡ್ಡು ಮತ್ತು ಪೇಪರು ಫ್ಲೋಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಯಾಕಂದರೆ ಅದು ವೇಟ್ ಕಮ್ಮಿ ವಾಟರ್ಗಿಂತ. ಮಳೆ ಮತ್ತು ಕಲ್ಲು ಸಿಂಕ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಯಾಕಂದರೆ ವೇಟ್ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ವಾಟರ್ಗಿಂತ. ದಿಸ್ ಈಸ್ ವಾಟ್ ವಿ ಕಾಲ್ ಆಸ್ ಫ್ಲೋಟಿಂಗ್ or sinking. This is what we call as floating or sinking. Floating or sinking is very, very important. Floating or sinking is very, very important. Sinking is very, very important. Float and sink, you have to understand, children. So it's very important, floating and sinking. Don't forget 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 floating and sinking. Next, we'll go for another important property of the object, that is transparency. Transparency. You might have played the game of hide and seek. Think of some places where you would like to hide so that you are not seen by others. Why did you choose these places? Would you have tried to, why you won't try to hide behind a glass window? Obviously not, as your friends can see through that and spot you. Can you see through all substances? No, students, we cannot see through all the substances. The substances through which things can be seen are called transparent. For example, glass cover, polythene cover. There are many substances through which we can see. Those are called as transparent substances. Example, glass, water, air. Some plastics are also example for transparent materials. Those substances through which we can see are called as transparent materials are called as transparent materials. Shopkeepers usually prefer to keep biscuits and sweets and other eatables in the transparent containers. Other eatables, biscuits, sweets and other eatables in transparent containers of glass or plastic, so that the buyers can easily see these items. This is the importance of transparent object. What are transparent objects, students? The object like glass, air, water, through which we can see other objects are called as transparent. On the other hand, there are many materials like wood, stone, through which we can't see other objects. These are called as opaque objects. Through which we want to see other object, through which that is called as an opaque object. It's called as opaque object. We can see other opaque objects. Examples for opaque objects are closed wooden box, cardboard, carton, metal containers, wood, cardboard, metals are examples for opaque materials. Wood, cardboard and metals are examples for opaque materials. Examples for opaque materials. Example for opaque materials. Examples for opaque material. Wood, cardboard and metals are examples for opaque materials. Do we find that we can group all materials objects without any confusion as either opaque or transparent? No. There are some materials which we can see through but not clearly. These are called as translucent materials. There are some materials through which we can see but not clearly. For example, you can take a sheet of paper, look towards a lighted bulb. Make a note. Now put 2 or 3 drops of oil and spread it on the sheet of paper and look again towards the lighted bulb. A portion of paper on which oil has been spread, we can see that through little bit but not clearly. This kind of materials where we can see but not clearly are called translucent materials. This kind of objects where we can see through but not clearly are called as translucent materials, which we can see through but not clearly are called as translucent materials. Very, very important, children. 3 kinds of material. Transparent, we can with things which we can see through. Opaque, things which cannot see through. Translucent, which we can see through but not clearly. Translucent, things which we cannot see through but not clearly. Oil is a translucent. Therefore, we can group the materials as opaque, transparent and translucent. Opaque, translucent and translucent. Paheli suggests that covering the glass of a torch with your palm at dark places. Switch on the torch and observe other side of the palm. She wants to know whether the palm of hand is your opaque, translucent. Our hand palm is opaque. If you try to close, so we cannot see the light pass through our palm. It is opaque. We learned that materials differ in their appearance, the way they mix in water. They may float or sink. They may be transparent, opaque or translucent. Materials can be grouped based on basis of similarities and difference in properties. So at last we will try to know why do we need to group materials. In everyday life we group materials for convenience. At homes we usually store things in such a manner that similar objects are placed together. Such an arrangement helps us to locate them easily. A grocer usually keeps all types of biscuit at one corner of his shops, all soaps at another, and while crayons and pulses are stored at some other place. There is another reason why we find such grouping useful. Dividing materials in groups makes it easy to convenient to study their properties. Grouping or classification helps us to study properly. Thank you, students.